What if the solution to growing your business was about systems? Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Probert.
And hey, I'm Jonathan's co host, Laura DeFranco. Welcome to Systemized.
We're here to talk to successful entrepreneurs about the systems that help them grow their business. It's what we wanted to know when we started ours, and it's what's going to help you build yours. And today we're excited to welcome executive financial strategist Gala McCray to the show. How's it going, Gala?
Hey there, I'm well. How are you?
Doing well myself. Let
Good.
me tell you guys a little bit about Gala first. Gala McCray is the founder of Two Arrows, where she blends nearly 20 years of experience in operations and bookkeeping with a passion for helping service-based CEOs. She partners with visionary leaders to bring clarity, consistency, and control to their finances so their businesses can thrive.
And Gayla, let me first just give you a quick shout out. We've seen a lot of you today because we were interviewing for the We Lead book, which I'm very excited about, and also excited about your chapter talking about stepping into the matriarch position and really the legacy you're leaving with your finances. I just wanted to tell you what a badass you are and how that topic, it changes lives, it changes businesses, it changes families. So we are super excited to have you here to talk about the systems of that.
Yes, I'm so excited to be here. As I was preparing for that chapter, one of the moments in my family was my little boy. I have a blended family of five children, and my two youngest are still in the house, an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old. And my 8-year-old loves to talk about two arrows. Who would think? But he says to me, he's like, "So, Mom, what's going to happen with Two Arrows once you're ready to retire?" I'm like, "I don't know. Maybe somebody will take it over." And he's like, "Well, maybe that'll be my brother because I'm going to be driving trucks." It just goes to show that we may not realize it, but legacy is being built all around us at every moment.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now, Gayla, can you tell us about something you implemented into your business that saved time, effort, money, or maybe something that could help other entrepreneurs with their businesses?
Well, I'm going to talk about finances because finances are a system within themselves. But something that I think would be important to listeners, and even for me, something that I remind myself all the time, that this system around finances starts with me as the leader of my business. And for any person who's running their business, it starts with them too. They set the tone and they set the goals for what goes into the system, which is business finances. They will choose the software, they will find the experts that help them and support this whole system. But the system itself starts with the leader and the goals that they're setting and the intention that they have for the business.
Of course, definitely. And can you go a little bit deeper into that? How do you become a good leader with your finances, and how do you implement finances well into your business so it doesn't, screw you over?
Well, it's going to start with separating the personal things from the business things. They need to be siloed, they need to be separated. When they're not, it's like mixing sugar and salt together. So, how do you go through and separate it afterwards? If someone's coming to ask you about a partnership or acquiring your business or working on the next big project, if that separation isn't there, then you have to go weed out how much is your business worth, what's really going on in there, and it makes a mess. So keeping it clean in the beginning is something that is very important, and going in intentionally doing so sets your business up for sustainability and success.
Awesome. And so, after or where should people start with being a good leader? How can they learn the financial strategies to start separating their business from themselves and then actually start to implement good finances within their business?
The financial system has a lot to do with organization. So, first, we're going to be intentional about separating the things that are happening personally from what's happening in the business. And then we're going to keep that information organized. whether it's on a spreadsheet or inside a piece of technology like a bookkeeping software, um, keeping everything separate and starting to organize it into little pockets. If you're selling a product or a service, that's a great big clump of sales, but we have the opportunity to separate those sales into categories or silos. Where are we making our money? I was talking with a business owner earlier this week about her sales and her conversion rate. And when doing so, she told me that she has an offer and she knows that coming into her program and her business that she converts about 30%. Then when I dug a little bit deeper and I asked her about the conversion, is it for one product or service or all of the products and services? And she was like, that's for all the products and services. So then when I asked her, if we're looking at what's really making money, we need to be able to see each one of those services that you offer. How are they converting individually? That will help us know if you're pricing appropriately or if there's room to sunset one of those offers or promote another offer. So it starts with separating everything, your business and your personal, and then it starts with getting organized with what's happening in your business.
Okay. And when you're all organized, taking it even a step further, how would you go and start getting help with either the softwares or the external contractors or maybe an on team person to help you with your finances?
So once you have everything going, I like to call it getting consistent. You're looking at things and you're familiar enough with things that you start getting comfortable with what you're seeing in your business. And as you're getting comfortable and you're having to make decisions whether to take on the next project, not take on the next project, keep going with something, you have to have that level of comfortability inside your system before you really can invite someone else in. If you're not comfortable with what's going on, I don't know about you, but I tend to procrastinate around the things that I'm not comfortable with.
Yep.
So if I'm not comfortable with what I'm seeing or even looking at my finances, if I bring somebody else into the picture, I'm going to try to pass it all along to them. But as the owner and the leader in my business, it's my responsibility. I can't just say, take it all. I have to set the tone, I have to set the goals, and I have to look to make sure, trusting but verifying, that whoever I bring into this is stewarding the way that I want them to. Does that make
Mm,
sense?
it does. I think one more question here is how do you think other entrepreneurs can start to learn the how to be a leader, how to go and do all the things you said, the separate personal from business, start categorizing within the business, and then finally getting comfortable enough to go and get help when they inevitably need it, right?
Yeah, I think it starts with not necessarily how much you know, but just taking the ownership that you are the executive, you are the leader of this business that you started. You have something innate in you that said, I'm going to do this. I have something that the world needs. And once you said that, there's a level of responsibility that you have for how you're going to steward and how you're going to move forward. And just sort of stepping into that ownership of it, it doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be polished, but you have to look at it and see what's going on.
You know, in my example, I you're making me review my journey and this and oh man, I was never comfortable and I still am not comfortable. And I don't know that I ever got to the comfort level that I probably should have been at before I did what you're talking about. But I wanted to just mention how I took accountability for that discomfort eventually was to bring a partner in that could literally hold me accountable to getting comfortable. And I would sit monthly and because spreadsheets, y'all, like if you're like me and you just like, no more spread. I don't want to look at it. I don't know how to look at it. I feel stupid. Honestly, it was a trigger. So it was even deeper than I'm just not comfortable. It was like, wow, this is not feeling good. Why? What, So, so I brought someone in. I said, please hold me accountable. Could we sit down and you could run through this with me so I can get comfortable? And for me, that was a game changer. So I'm going to pat myself on the back and say, I've come a long way, baby, about that. So this topic is so important. And I love that we're talking about all of these things. And Gayla, thank you for the way that you're guiding, because in the very beginning, that separation, and if you're not even thinking about it, you don't really know what to do. So now all of you who have heard that, and you still have one bank account, got to have the business bank account, right? You got to I'm sure Gayla will help you with all of that. But the entrepreneurial journey can be so challenging. Gayla, what's the most important business building tip that you'd like to share with our audience today?
Find your tribe. There are so many entrepreneurs out there. Like I'm looking at 3 faces in my Zoom screen that are doing the thing. And here we are having the conversation together. We're sharing a level of vulnerability. We're talking about our story, where we started, where we've gotten to, patting ourselves on the back, cheering ourselves on. We do not have to do this by ourselves. Find your people. There's people in your neighborhood, they may be somewhere online, but you do not have to do it alone.
I love this advice so much, you guys. We sit alone and we feel alone and we think we're alone, but we're really not alone. And there's so many other people that might just want to get together and talk about, what's going on and help each other. So that is, I just think, the best advice if you're feeling that way. Gayla, we like to close the show with this one other question for you. So I'm going to start it this way. One of the goals at Systemized is to help our entrepreneur friends in that business to get to that goal of the time freedom. We all want it. It's the time freedom, the lifestyle that we signed up for this journey in the first place for. Tell us a little bit about this for you. Like, what has entrepreneurship done for you, or what did it allow that maybe was unexpected, something you never saw yourself doing? Tell us a little bit about that.
I started 2 Arrows at a time where I was late in a very challenging pregnancy, trying to figure out what my next move would be in a corporation position that wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And I started to think about what it would be like to do things on my own terms. And that's where 2 Arrows came from. In that journey and getting started and going down that road, I discovered that I love to help people. I want to be there to cheer on those who have a mission, they have something that they want to do. I love to support them and see them get to where they want to be. And I found that finances are something that no matter your industry, we all have to deal with. They're fundamental to our business. And I see numbers differently. So there was an opportunity for me to really help in that way. So that's how I got started. And now here we are, 7 years into what I'm doing. I thought it would just be me having autonomy in my business, but it's led to me having time to spend with my children. It's led to me having time to steward the legacy of my family as it has evolved in ways that I could not have ever imagined. But I'm so thankful for this entrepreneurial journey that has helped me navigate that and also apply what I've gone through personally to my clients as they go through similar things. I'm getting a little bit of emotional um, because what I thought was something that was very singular and unique to me, there are other people going through the same kind of things, figuring it out. and to be there to support my clients and my community of entrepreneurs has been a beautiful journey.
Awesome. We love to hear that. We love helping people too, especially with their healing on my mom's side and the systems on my side. It's always good to help people. It keeps you motivated because it's you can genuinely see the difference. But Gayla, I think that wraps us up for today. Thank you so much for what you do in the world and for being here today to share with us. Before you go, though, we want to let you have a chance to shout yourself out to let people know where to find you and what you're up to. So go ahead.
So I can be found on the internet at twoarrows.co. That's TWOARROWS.co. And on Instagram at twoarrows.co.
Awesome. You guys heard her. Go reach out and carry on the conversation. You'll be able to find her links in the description. And also remember to grab your free systems guide, which will get you started in systemizing your business today.
Highly recommend that you explore Gayla's links and see what she's all about. Also, grab the guide. The link is below. This is an incredible opportunity to catapult your systems, you guys. I love the guide, Jonathan. I love it. I love it.
Okay, guys, that does it for this episode. Thanks for watching. And remember, for epic business growth, get systemized.